back. Welcome back, everyone. We are back again with Greenbox Gaming plays Delta Green Impossible Landscapes as we continue to dive into the strangeness that surrounds the Macallistar building in 1995 New York City. I am Joe. I am the handler for this operation. I am joined by my friends who are playing the agents here. I'm joined by my good friend Brad, playing Hank Ellis, U.S. Marshal Extraordinaire. I am joined by Dace, playing musical blues historian Benji Potts.
Bread milk.
And of course by Ch1, playing UK journalist Benedict Farthington.
Yes. Yes, there's no topping that. There's no topping bread
There's
milk.
no talking bread though, yeah. Well, are you? So, how are you guys feeling about the game and whatnot thus far? You can be candid.
I
You can
think
tell
we're
me.
finally actually getting somewhere.
You can tell me it sucks. That's fine.
I'm
scared
extremely
to continue.
intrigued.
Yeah.
Yes, obviously so many questions in this already. Way more pieces, I think, in my opinion, than any of the other 3 sessions we've done prior to this. Not sessions, but games,
Yeah.
storylines.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this one is a bit
Yeah.
more dense. I think the biggest one that we had played before took us 4 sessions to do the entire
Yeah.
thing,
Oh, yeah.
Sounds about right.
because that was Wormwood
Yeah.
Arena. Yeah.
Yeah, but it feels like we're actually getting somewhere. Like we're actually not just. It's almost like when you follow what the game designers want you to do, it advances the storyline. It's crazy.
I'll make my own story.
Right.
I'll make it.
I mean, as fun as it's been breaking down this Roger and just like torturing him, like it's probably time we picked up some plot lines.
But I mean, even that, like I guess I can't say that, but it's like, I'm here, I can kind of see what's in front of you. I'm trying to lay it all for you. I'm trying, I think every good handler or DM or GM or whatever, has an idea of what direction the story is, but I imagine it's like imagine there's a straight line, and that is where the plot is. That's the plot, it's a straight line. And I think optimally the players would kind of deviate from the line and cross it back and forth. I think is the typical kind of, like, you're still heading that direction, but you're just intersecting with the story every now and then. And that's how it feels sometimes, like when it's too disconnected. But
Yeah.
nobody wants to be
Sign
just-
Dude, we're trying to break into fucking mailboxes. That's what we're doing.
yeah.
Let's do this. Burn down the building, baby.
But the funny thing is even
That's not-
even the breaking down the mailbox
Search.
thing, like that gave you something pretty significant. Like it was like, that's another layer of strangeness that, wait a second, the electricity was shut off in this building or to this apartment, so why are the lights on, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah. But alright, are you guys ready to dive right back into it?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you guys have been doing the investigation. Last time, you delved a lot more into what was going on in this building. You discovered that some of the food and some of the things that Benji Potts took from Roger Caroon's apartment seem to have rotted since leaving the apartment or leaving the building. That was interesting. You guys tried to kind of help Jeremy. He seems to be in a state of catatonia or in shock. You guys received
He'll be
some
fine.
a delivery of files from Detective Guerdanda, who was able to tell you, and one of them was that Abigail Wright herself had actually had seemingly been mugged by a strange man wearing silvery robes and a strange mask in the building. before you guys, before we were done last time, you guys started to catalog a little more of the info. I think the intent was maybe to go to the apartment offices, or to the Art Life offices. But you guys want to do some searching before that, and you found two very interesting things. One, you found a hand-drawn map of the Macallistar building that had some really bizarre stuff. It had this weird tunnel leaving the 3rd floor, and it's connecting back to the 2nd floor, labeled the night floors. It mentioned Mr. Castaigne, man with briefcase, and things like this. You guys also found a ticket stub, a United Airlines ticket stub with a name on it, Michael Whitwer, and Benedict was able to, kind of put his feelers out to the journalism community, and you got back that this is a 15-year-old living somewhere else in the country. And by the way, this airline ticket is labeled for 2015. So here you guys are. You're kind of putting all this together, and I think the last time you decided that you want to investigate the building a little more. So, what do you do?
One other thing I just realized as you did the recap.
Yeah.
There was a picture of this guy in the mask in the basement. Was one of the pictures, wasn't it? Was a guy in
There was a
silver
picture.
and a
There
white
was a
mask.
picture of a figure standing at one of the paintings that you guys saw in the basement. Was the figure of it looked to be, someone looking up a set of stairs of a house that was on fire, just in the middle of an absolute conflagration, and at the top was someone in flowing long robes with a plain white faced mask.
Good catch.
And fire, right? We gotta light this
That was almost
on fire.
a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yes, and it was mentioned last
Benedict.
time that Benedict thinks that let's just burn this place down and be done with it. We won't have to sort through any of this
See
shit,
what happens.
and it'll all be done.
Hey,
We don't
I'm
do
not beyond
paperwork.
that.
We can go home. Everybody can have a good cup of tea.
If we see one more demon, I'm burning this place
Swear to God, I've had it up to here.
Look, there's also the basic fucking tenets of hide the truth, obfuscate the truth, all of those, and also survive.
Yeah.
Oh, what better way to hide the truth than to never discover?
And it all back.
We figured out the game we won. Delta
You guys have basically won Delta Green. Every time you come to a game, just like, okay, is this where all the weirdness is happening? Burn it.
Oh, that way. The other way.
All right, but so yeah, you guys are still here in Abigail's. I think the comment was made by Dace. It's like, we've set a record. We haven't even left the apartment the entire fucking session. So would you guys now like to leave the apartment?
Yes, God, yes.
I guess we're knocking on old Roger's door again.
Back to Roger.
I guess this is probably like an hour, like early afternoon at this point.
I would say at this point in time, you guys it took you a while to sort through that stuff. I mean, it's probably like 3-4 o'clock at this point in time.
Okay.
All right, let's head over to Rogers.
So real quick question, housekeeping kind of question, for keeping track of things in game. What's happening with Jeremy?
Jeremy's fine.
You're just gonna leave him in the apartment?
He'll be okay.
Roger that.
He's got his tea.
He's good.
He's got his tea. He's got his staring off into the distance. He'll be fine. He'll be right as rain in no time
All a
at
man
all.
needs is a
We
cup
may
of
even
tea.
put him back in the closet.
Yeah, just
We'll be right
just shove him
back,
back in the
Jeremy.
closet. All a
Don't
man
you
needs is a
move.
cup of
The
tea and a
blanket.
1,000-yard stare, and he'll be fine.
And just a blanket over his head. He just needs a little bit of... He needs a weighted blanket and a little bit of sensory deprivation, and he'll be fine.
Problem solved. All right, you cocoon Jeremy and the blankets that you can find around the home, and set him there with
In a
his.
haunted
Jeremy?
apartment.
If you need anything, just shout for us. I'll be right here.
You think you might be able to make out "Don't go" as you're leaving.
Oh my god.
Oh, Jeremy, don't be so dramatic. Good lord.
Slam! Again, there's that camera shot of, like, through the door as it's closing, as Jeremy turns to the door and it's just... Slam!
We listen to the door like when you close the door on like a baby sleeping, just like
He's good. Thumbs up, he's good.
Yeah.
Alright. So you guys, where you head?
Wait, is he in the? He's now in the closet with the roses and butter. Is that where we put him?
You tell me.
I feel like that's the right place.
Okay, cool. He's there.
Let's put him in the closet with the roses and butter.
Smells nice in there.
now don't let anyone take this evidence, Jeremy.
All right, you guys. So you guys are back out in the hallway. So that's about. We'll say it's about 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, let's go over to Roger's apartment and do we even knock on the door at this point?
Probably
We
not.
just barge in.
No, we just go straight through. We steamroll him.
You enter the apartment. It looks like Roger sitting on the couch in that well-worn spot. It appears that he is drinking.
Well, Roger, we are back again.
He's just. What do you want?
Oh no, just sit on the couch, make yourself at home.
It's my home.
You've been so useful so far. We're gonna be looking for some white shoes, and we go straight to the.
I'm gonna cut you
closet.
some slack on this one. You find no such thing in Roger's home.
Okay. Oh.
There's like 3 pairs of shoes there by the door. None of them are white. You go look at the closets. There are no white shoes.
I don't even want to fucking ask him about it, to be honest.
Roger, a man of your stature, would you happen to have a briefcase by any chance?
No, I haven't had a briefcase in years.
Oh, so you had a briefcase. Where are you hiding the briefcase?
I don't. Glug glug glug.
I mean, can you blame him at this point?
Roger, we're gonna leave you here. If I see you with some white shoes on in the next hour or so, God help what I'm gonna do to you.
He's just. It's like, yeah. God help me.
All right. Next floor, y'all want to check out that apartment that's connected to the tunnel?
I was thinking if someone wants to lead, do we want to? So we could look before we do that, because I feel once we get in this tunnel, it's going to be a whole nother ball game or whatever this thing is. Do we want to check out this door on 712 thing in Lewis's apartment, or try to get in Lewis's apartment?
Yeah, it's worth a shot, but I suspect that 712 is a date, right?
Door on 7. Yeah, it could be.
Like maybe a door appeared there on July the 12th.
Oh. Oh my God.
But yeah, let's check it out anyway.
Someone else want to lead on old Lewis? I forgot Lewis's whole personality, honestly.
She's a comic book artist, right?
Yes. Now, which apartment are you guys going to again?
First floor.
Lewis's apartment.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. You knock on the door. You guys have already met Lewis once. You knock on the door, and this was the guy. I believe he was described as wearing khakis at home, and I believe he was conceptualized as unsalted mashed potatoes.
Oh,
was,
that guy.
was how he was described. A man who makes his own skim milk. He waters down milk to make it skim.
Adds water to the milk.
Which is just... I don't know why.
That's why I forgot his whole personality.
Yeah. That's why you guys forgot. Oh, man. Yeah, so you guys knock on the door. Lewis answers again. He says, "Oh, hello again."
Hey, you mind if we take a look around again?
Oh, yeah, sure. Is there something I could help you with?
We're here to inspect your doors.
Okay. I guess that's what the FBI does, is looks at the things that the rest of us wouldn't think about, 'cause yeah. You're able to, because I guess he seems to be very cooperative. He lets you look at all of his doors. What you don't find is any door that you don't expect. You don't find anything extra. You do see that in Lewis's bedroom, he has beside his bed is a large, like, drafting table. It's like a large drawing table, that he pulls a stool up to, and it's set up slightly at an angle so that he can draw. And you know him to be an illustrator. While you're in there, you see that he has several framed comic books that, they all have down the corner his signature or his sign. It looks like, he's framed some of his work around. The place is meticulously clean, just as it was last time. Yeah.
Well, looky here, partner. I'm gonna say some words, and you tell me if they mean anything to you.
Oh, yeah.
Night floor.
No.
Nothing. How about Mr. Castaigne?
Nope, nothing. No. Should I? Like, is this... Well, this is about the investigation. You probably can't tell me. Yeah.
Your audio's...
Oh, could you just bring your audio a little bit closer?
Oh, but yeah, this is probably, it's probably about the investigation, so you probably can't tell me, right? That's what it is, yeah.
That's right. Where were you on July the 12th?
I don't really specifically remember. I probably was here most of the day, and yeah, or unless I was, like at my agent's office, it's like, something like that, where I take my work, yeah.
You ever
Benedict
noticed any strange door-centric events?
No, I have not. Now that you mention it, no.
So can Benedict go and take a look at his art?
Yeah,
maybe investigate it.
You go and you look. What do you mean? Look at his art? Like, just look at the stuff he has framed, or like what?
Yeah, I want to see if there's anything unusual. See what he's got framed. Possibly give it a tap.
Yeah, you can tap. Whatever it is that you want. Everything seems to be in perfect normal order. I'm not sure exactly what you're getting at. The pieces...
I have a new theory here.
The pieces they look to be... And he told you that he does, like, comic book covers is his thing. And yeah, there's like... He's got about a...
Robust work, son.
He's got about a dozen different comic books that are framed. And it looks like... some of them, maybe you're familiar... I don't know if Benedict's a big comic book guy, but... some of them are maybe comic books you're vaguely aware exist. They're not any of the big name brand stuff. But at the same time, like, it's pretty good work as far as you can tell, as far as comic books go. It obviously got him to do the cover art.
Lewis, do you call yourself an artist?
Yes, I do.
Here we go.
I can't.
It's so hard for Jean to muster up
So mean.
to be this
I
rude.
can't.
Lewis, you
Keep
have
going,
a...
son. I think you've You've got a long road ahead of you, but I can see you're making headway.
Thank
You
you.
haven't
Got a
done
long
any.
road, though.
Thank you.
Long road.
I think.
Long.
Hank looks around for Garfield the fat cat.
You see no such
Comic.
thing.
Yeah, this isn't my cup of tea.
What was Dace? What were you saying just a second ago? You were saying something about a new theory.
Yeah. What if the reason this organization has gathered all these artists together is like the night floors is like some sort of upside down dimension, and we have to go through like a portal to get to this alternate fiction, and it's like in some way serves a person. So like, what if Lewis is making art for night floors and we just
Yeah.
have to find it?
I think that the company they're renting from has something to do with it, but
So are you guys?
Well, while Benedict is talking to Lewis, Benji's going to do a search check, see if I can find any, I don't know, comic books that are like stowed away somewhere.
all right. So maybe just
Like-
take an opportunity, maybe while he's talking to the other guys, to slip away and kind of rifle through his junk.
Yeah. So, search. Success. 8 under 43.
nice.
As you're going through, and you know, maybe like these guys are in their room, you go into Lewis's room, his bedroom, and you look in one of the places that most people would look for something strange. You look underneath the bed, and underneath it, and there's looks to be like a large frame, and you pull it out a bit, and it looks to be like almost a full-length, incredibly decorated, like incredibly intricately decorated mirror that's almost as long as the bed is, that's pushed underneath the bed. Furthermore, as you're looking at it, it's obvious that this thing is regularly pulled out from under the bed and slid back under there. As you look at it, and as you pull it out a little bit, you see there is a stack of papers on top of it. And it's like sketch pads, like that have been pages of sketch pads have been torn out. You look at it, and you know, Lewis's work, you saw it out in the living room. It's, you know, some of it's a kind of graphic, you know, they're comic books, but it's the 90s, so not that much gets by for a cover art. But this work is graphic. But there seems to be a reoccurring kind of theme in that you see regularly depictions of what looks like a man who's portrayed with children. The man is he has a mustache, and he's wearing like an old school kind of suit. He looks like a man from a different age, and he's sometimes standing with the children, but the children are, well, they look like they're dead. They're partially decomposed. Many of them look bloated, like a corpse that's been left out. And in several of these pictures, you actually see what looks like this man holding these children underwater, drowning them, like violently pushing them down.
The fuck?
Go ahead and make me a sanity roll. It's going to be a violence
Jesus.
sanity roll to see these graphic depictions.
Yes, sir. Let's see.
And all of us.
Same, and it's the same man, different children. All right.
Ooh.
Failure. 81 over 50.
Go ahead and take yourself 1 violence and tick that violence box if you still have not gone across your sanity threshold.
Damn, that's dark, man.
Sorry, say that last part again.
So you take 1 damage, 1 sanity damage, and over on the right side of the sheet, there's the boxes for violence and helplessness, where you become immune to violence or helplessness.
Yep. Okay. But it's just 1
And
point
you
of
haven't
sanity
crossed
damage.
your
Just 1 point.
you haven't crossed your breaking point.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm 10 away from the
Or
breaking point.
you could deflect the sanity damage if you want.
No, I'll take this one.
So yeah, that's what you find.
It's like 50 plus, or like how many sketches?
There's a few dozen. So yeah,
Damn.
that's what you find.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a couple of these pictures and bring them out to Lewis and be like,
What in the hell possessed you to draw something as graphic as all this here?
He at first is kind of flustered. He's like, "What? Were you going through my stuff?" Why? But he looks at what you did. He's like, I didn't draw that. Like, I mean, no, I would remember." But he's looking at it. He's like, I would. And he's looking at them, and some of them have his signature down in the bottom corner. He's like, what? He's looking at you, and he's looking at these pictures. He's like, I don't know. I don't know what this is about. I don't know. What are you doing here? You're looking at my doors? You're FBI agents here to look at my doors? And now you're bringing this? I didn't do anything. I don't know what this... I've never seen this before, but he seems troubled by the pictures that you're handing him.
I think we need to get those pictures
Well,
out of
tell
here.
me something.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, I think we need to get those pictures out of here.
I agree. Benji, was there anything else you found in there besides these graphic pictures?
Yeah, I'm having internet issues, but tell them about the mirror too.
If you mention the mirror in front of Lewis, he's like, "What are you talking about?" He seems to, again, like, be surprised that you're mentioning that he has a mirror under his bed.
Lewis, we're gonna take these pictures, and son, this is sickening, to be honest. When I think of comic books, I think of Garfield the Fat Cat and all that stuff. And you look at this. This is horrible.
It's photorealistic. He's obvious. Whoever did these, presuming Lewis, is obviously incredibly talented, but it is uncanny and disturbing.
Y'all want to take them?
Yeah, I think we need to take them and maybe get the mirror, but I don't quite know. Maybe we can talk to Lewis.
It's the same thing as him with Roger. They're not going to be able to say shit.
No. We're just going to make him catatonic. We're going to end up with a building full of catatonic artists.
My audio cut out when you asked him about the mirror Or what did he say about the mirror? He was just surprised it was there.
Yes. Just basically that he doesn't know what you're talking about with the mirror.
Okay.
Well, Lewis, I think if you don't mind,
else?
we're going to take these with us for observation and analysis, and we'd like to also. If you don't know about this mirror, then it may not be your property, and I think it's grounds for confiscation. So we're going to take this with us.
He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And if you guys haul it out of there, like, it's big. It's like a big, Baroquean style, like, big mirror with, like, a little stand on the back of it. He's just, like, looking at it, and he's confused. He's shaking his head. He's like, what the hell?
That's okay, son. We've had reports of people breaking into the building.
Really?
Don't worry. This is probably... Yeah, we heard about some people breaking into the building. It may have just been some fool trying to mess with you.
Just stashing mirrors in people's rooms?
It's some weird shit.
Is this about Abigail?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know about all this.
Well, if you know anything, you best tell us. You best tell us now.
He seems to be confused, concerned, scared.
Well, then we're off. Pip pip.
So you guys are now outside Lewis's apartment with this mirror.
Y'all just want to... Y'all want to take it down to Jeremy? Or leave it in the hallway to get on our way back down?
I think we should
Yes,
put it in
let's
the
stash
closet
it with
with
Jeremy.
Alright, you shove the mirror in there with Jeremy.
Here, look at these pictures and yourself in the mirror.
He's in a closet where you give him just these awful graphic pictures. And this mirror, he's like shoved in this little closet with a mirror. He's like nose to nose with it practically. And you just shut the door on it.
Yes, perfect.
At least we know all this evidence is safe with Jeremy.
Fantastic. Alright, so what are you guys going to do then in that time?
Let's check out that tunnel apartment.
Alright, that would be Michelle Van Fitz's apartment. I don't think you guys have met Michelle yet. Old Michelle Van Fitz.
Nope.
I am going to drop her... Whoop, that didn't work. I'm going to drop her picture in here. Me. Alright, and there is Michelle. Bam.
Has the tape been cracked?
Yes, it has.
Look at you.
If you look at it, the tape has been disturbed. You would put a small piece of tape at the base of like her doorway or something to see if she'd been in or out. And yes, it does appear.
So I guess we know that these people are at least getting out of their apartments. They're just not like huddled there.
Yeah.
Continuously.
Oh, let's knock on the door.
All right. You knock on the door, and this woman comes to the door. You know that her name is Michelle Van Fitz. That's all you really have on her. And she comes to the door. She is wearing like a button-up shirt and a pair of blue jeans. She seems, just from everything about her demeanor, she immediately seems unimpressed and impatient with you all there. It's just, yes, can I help you?
Hello, Michelle, my dear. I can try and sweet talk her.
When the words "my dear" come out of your mouth, her expression sours significantly. She's like, what do you want?
Now. These are my name is Matador, and these are my colleagues, and we are here to investigate the disappearance of Abigail. We would like to just ask you a couple of questions. We stopped by yesterday, and we didn't
You're cops?
seem to catch you, my lady.
You're cops?
That's correct.
Badges? Something?
One of those.
Yeah.
God.
You guys have your fake FBI credentials. You showed them to her. And she listens. She's like, all right. She's like, didn't you guys already not figure this out once? Like, you gonna not figure it out again?
And this is an ongoing investigation, and the term ongoing stipulates that it is a multi-day affair.
Yeah, that's... I already told the last guy, the detective, Guardanda guy. I don't know.
You mind if we look around?
You want to look at my place?
Well, do you have anything to hide?
Just make it quick. She opens the apartment to you. Every space on the walls seems to have had either nailed or erected in front of it some type of shelf. And on every one of those shelves are books. It is books as far as, there's loads of books. As you go in the room, there's not even a television set. It's just books. And as you look around, you notice the place, there's only one picture that you see in the entire place, and it's of Michelle just standing by herself, outside in a park or something. And everything else seems very depersonalized and quite a non-comfortable space. There's just a single chair in front of a coffee table, and in the kitchen there's a small table with a single chair in front of it as well.
Michelle, I see you are a writer as myself, as am I.
Oh? Let me guess. She looks you up and down. You're a journalist. You write for, a newspaper, magazine? Yeah, real groundbreaking stuff there. Just cog in the patriarchal machine, aren't you? I know your type.
He puffs himself up. He's like, oh, I'm glad you recognize talent when you see it. Misreading.
Yeah, she rolls her eyes. She's like, and I guess you guys are gonna move around or start looking around her apartment a little bit.
They're trying to persuade her to be a bit more amenable.
Okay, if you want to kind of appeal to her,
Okay.
Her as a writer, I guess.
Yeah.
You can make me some type of roll. Let's see what you got.
That's a solid fail.
That is a solid failure. That's a
59 over 50.
59 over 50, yep.
I think Hank's gonna try it too. He's gonna be like, "Oh, you like to read, huh? I'll tell you about something. You ever heard of Mark Twain, Huckleberry? I love that stuff." Failure.
That's also a failure. She crosses her arms. She's like, oh yeah, really, really great stuff. Just a bunch of white old guys, just really telling everyone how it is out here, isn't it? Are you guys done?
While they're talking to her, Benji's gonna do a search in that corner.
Okay. What? Oh, in the corner where the door's supposed to be?
Where the tunnel is.
Success.
That's a 27 under 43 success.
All right. There, where that door is supposed to be, where you saw on the hand-drawn map of the Macallistar building, there is, like, right kind of where you'd think it would be, there's just 2 bookshelves, like 2 cheap, probably, like, it looks like a lot of the furniture, a lot of the shelves are things that, she probably picked up for free, or like at thrift shops and stuff, like really cheap furniture. It's looks like there's just 2 bookshelves here. I mean, they're covered up in books, and you're looking at it, and there's just nothing there. You look behind them. You do the old, oh, if I pull on one of the books, will it open a secret door? But you're also aware that beyond this wall is the outside of the building. That if there was a door here, it would would open out into nothing, into air. And you don't see anything.
Okay. That's that.
Yep. Though you did get a successful search check.
A success. Yeah.
So there's something that you find. You find a as you're looking through these, and you're like, you're looking at the books and stuff. And Michelle, she's like has her eye on you, and you see something that it just kind of catches your eye. Like a lot of the things, like as you're doing searches for other things, you see a book. And down its spine, it has the title. It looks to be like a manual, and is an English to Tartessian dictionary. And you see that, and it kind of catches you kind of tilt your head. You're like, Tartessian? What is Tartessian? You pull it out. You open the front of the book. It's published in 1931, and it is a lot like what you'd think of like a typical kind of manual or book to kind of for you to like that you would take if you were a tourist to a different country. Like in the front there's common phrases, but in the back there's just all sorts of words. The language kind of looks like the alphabet's kind of like reminds you of like Cyrillic, the Russian alphabet, like a little bit, but it's definitely not that. So yeah, it's a little odd. You think that if one were interested in learning Tartessian, you suppose you could sit down and read this book and learn how to learn a new language. It would take many, many hours. But it's kind of but yeah, like Tartessian, it just doesn't ring a bell. I think we might have lost Dace again to the demons.
I think so too.
To the demons of the internet.
Oh Lord.
He'll be back momentarily. There he is. He's back already.
Yeah.
Back at it again.
Yeah. Rather than ask her about the book, I think I just want to try to like do some sleight of hand and pocket the book, because I don't think talking to her about it's going to get anywhere. She's so standoff.
Okay, make me some type of stealth check, and I would say because she is so thoroughly displeased with the conversation she's having with both Benedict and Hank, that you can have a 40% bonus because she's so pissed off at what's going on over here.
All right, stealth and modifier plus 40. So Mia.
Oh,
damnation!
No. Oh my God, that is a failure.
Right, she sees you try to pocket the book. She's like, excuse me, is that all right? I guess I'm not terribly surprised. I mean, it just has this classic police work right there. Just good old-fashioned police work, taking whatever you want. Do you have a warrant? Like, what's going on?
Even dig myself out of this one.
Oh my God.
This
Benji's
is the
got
property of the New York Library, ma'am, and it appears that you stole this 20 years ago.
She's like, what are you talking about? She's like, what are you talking about? And she looks at the book. She's like, this isn't mine.
You're
Same
right, it's
shit.
mine.
She's like, she just looks at it, she like flips it around. She's like, I don't know what this is about. And you kind of look at the rest of the books. Everything she has seems to be like postmodern kind of philosophy, a lot of feminist literature and stuff like that. And you get the impression that maybe that's kind of her ilk. And so she's like, I don't know what this is. She's like, yeah, you want it? Just take it.
Benji locks eyes with her and slides it in his jacket pocket, and then just inches away to the door, never breaking eye contact.
And she looks at the other two. She's like,
leaves the apartment.
She looks at the other two. You're done here. You're done here. You're done here? Question mark.
All right,
you are done here.
Hold on.
It was a pleasure speaking with you.
Oh yeah, it's
One
10 out of 10. Absolutely.
one writer to another.
Oh yeah.
And since you're author, I remember reading in school. You should check out To Kill a Mockingbird. That's also cool. if you ever see that one,
If I have my way, To
pick
Kill
it
a
up. It's a good
Mockingbird
read.
is gonna be put on a banned book list.
Okay.
Bye.
All right, fellas. We are not wanted here.
Closes the door behind you
good day.
quite hard.
I think that went swimmingly. What a lovely lady. I must admit, I'm quite
I
aroused.
got this weird book here.
Does
Well,
does
it's
that
no
do
wonder
it for,
she never heard of those authors.
that does it for
What
that does
in
it for
the Sam
Benedict?
hell is this?
Is that he just loves to not be to just really be put in his place.
Yeah. Sorry, Benji.
Yeah, Benji's just gonna show the guys the book. Like,
Oh, maybe it'll come in handy. I don't know.
Gotta go downstairs and give it to Jeremy. Shove it in the closet with him.
I think Benji's actually gonna hang on to the translation book. Like, what if we come across some Cartesian runes or something? It would be good to have it on hand.
Tartesian.
Right.
Tartesian.
Tartesian.
Oh, with a T.
Yes,
Okay.
Tartesian.
Well, fellas, it's obvious that anything of importance that has to do with Abigail, either none of these residents want to talk to us about it, or they just can't, or they don't remember. It's time to go to the final floor and check out this night floor passage. Hopefully it will be more fruitful than Michelle's apartment.
Let's do it.
All right.
All right.
You guys get to the. Your guys are just going all the way to the top floor.
Mm-hmm.
There, I don't believe anyone lives on the top floor. I believe all of the apartments are vacant. It's a little bit oddly quiet up here. You get out. You get up to the. You see their staircase continues up to a roof access, and there's like a like one of those push handle doors. Just has like the push lock on it. That goes up to the roof, and it says in black letters, "Roof access."
Can we just
It'll
like?
smell like urine. Was that on the lower floor?
It was on one of the lower ones, but yeah, probably you smell it here too. There have been, you guys originally did when you were on one of the staircases, like it kind of smelled like a dog had recently been there. And as you kind of get up here to this upper floor where it seems like no one's living at all, you kind of smell that more so even. I would even say that so there's like an old carpet it's like a runner that goes down the middle of all the hallways and up the stairs. Like I said, it's kind of classic turn of the century architecture, big banisters and that kind of, and this place might have been kind of swanky, kind of nice at some point. And there's like areas up here where it looks like the carpet might have been chewed on a little bit.
And no one had a dog.
Not to your knowledge.
Well, what do you say, fellas? Y'all want to push through to the roof? That's where this door, that's where it is on the map, right? This door we're in front of?
Yes, that you are in front of the door, the roof access door.
You want to take a look at some of these vacant apartments?
Why not? Hopefully they won't be.
It's going to
Sure.
take, it'll take some doing. I'm going to go ahead and say that if you want to do that, it's going to take some time. You're going to have to dedicate some time to specifically jimmying open all these doors and doing that if you want to, and searching them.
Okay. Well, in that case, maybe we just push on up to the roof and then see what we see, and then we can always come back and look at them.
Yeah, you guys make it, you go through, you push through the door. Who goes through the door first? Asking for no particular reason.
Benji
roll.
will go.
Oh, Benji will go. I was about to say, let's roll for it.
Benji, you push open the door.
No, let's roll for it.
Whoever gets
That's
the
a good
lowest
idea.
roll,
Whoever gets the lowest roll.
is going through.
Lowest roll. Oh god.
What are we
What
rolling?
are we
Just
rolling?
roll a
D20.
D100
Dion.
and
Oh, a D100.
yeah.
D100. Okay.
80.
All right, it's
Oh,
Benji.
it is Benji.
Oh, Benji.
All right, Benji, you push through the door and you are hit in the face with a blast of hot August day afternoon breeze as you step out onto the top of the tarmacked roof. There's the few aerials, like the little spinning vent things are up there. There's like a large air conditioner unit on top of the roof and like one of those old water storage tanks. As you open the door and it kind of slams as you open it, it just like slams onto the wall on its hinges. A few pigeons fly away as you look out onto a pretty typical New York rooftop scene.
Okay. I want to take a look at the outside of the building where Michelle's apartment is, where the tunnel is supposed to be. See if there's anything weird about the outside of the building there.
Okay, yeah, you can like bend over the edge. There's also a fire escape on the side of the building. I guess you could like kind of walk down fire escape, although I guess it wouldn't be in the right spot. Either way, you can either look over the edge or anything, and nothing seems amiss. Nothing seems odd or terribly interesting.
Figured. Fucking
I was
figured.
afraid of this. It's going to be like a time of the day or some other item
all
we
the
have
other
to
items.
find to access this night floors.
Something
Please,
ain't
what does
right.
that say, Matt? Joe, please, guy with mask. What does that say? Next to
Dead.
night floors.
Dead guy
Dead
with
guy
in
with
mask.
There's something we're missing, fellas. Or whoever drew this map's a bad artist.
If there's one thing we've gathered from
Smooth.
this building full of artists is that they all suck.
Smooth as the hand that makes the world and steadies the mind that grasps it. It's like, is there a riddle we're missing?
The only thing we haven't done is investigate the apartments on the first floor. Or rather,
the empty
the second
ones?
floor.
The empty
Yeah.
ones. There's also empty ones on the first floor as well.
We also have some other off-site items. Like we've got the artwork that's in my apartment,
Say again?
and we've got
Oh,
the
the-
artwork.
The original one.
hmm
What if there is some kind of... There's going to be a trick to this. Like, what if the mirror actually is like a portal, like a surrogate for like some kind of portal, or like something like that? Like,
Yeah.
it's like these. I bet what's going to happen, we have to use all these little items to access this night floor in some way. Like the mirror's been slide out, the roses, whatever these white shoes are.
Maybe we should go check
right.
on Jeremy and see if we can get him into a lucid state to maybe
Let me
see what he experienced.
We haven't done a search. I'm just going to roll a search, Joe, on this top floor.
Okay, if you
No, did anyone roll a search?
if you guys want to spend some time like kind of looking around, that's fine.
Okay.
Cool.
Let's try it. 15 under 50 success.
Okay, success
Also
for
success.
Benedict as well. Yeah,
17 under 20.
you were able to. Two of the apartments are unlocked. You find as you kind of start to look through them. They appear to be pretty unspectacular. There's like a refrigerator and a stove still in them, and the old claw bathtubs are still there. As you guys are looking around, at one point in time, it's getting kind of late. Like, you guys have to spend a little bit of time, like looking around on the roof. You look down here, it's getting pretty late. It gets around like 6-ish, 7-ish o'clock. And Benji, you're standing in one of the rooms, kind of like, or no, I guess it would be we'll say it's Benedict actually. Benedict, you're standing there, hands on hips, in the middle of one of these empty apartments, and you smell something. It kind of hits your nose, and it smells like it's musky and kind of fragrant and nice. It smells like, you're like, wow, is that like the smell of like a really, like, it smells like a nice cigar. And you turn around, and sitting on the edge of the counter is a cigar that is still lit. It looks to have had about an inch of it smoked, and it's sitting there on the corner of the counter as a small wisp of smoke rises up from it. Hank, as Benedict turns, you probably kind of hear the same thing, and then Hank, you hear a sound outside. It sounds like the tinkling of music out in the hallway.
Dace, are you still there? Or are you frozen?
Oh, we lost Dace.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
I wanted to make sure he heard that.
Yeah, good call.
The demons of the internet.
They don't want us to solve the mystery.
Right.
We heard we have here.
Dace, you there?
There's a lip.
Okay, yeah, we're having trouble picking you up still.
Okay. I open the door, look outside the apartment.
You open the door of the apartment and you look outside, and you don't see anything. You see the hallway, but you do hear the music still, and as you listen, you kind of strain your ears. You could have swear that you hear like laughing, like far away laughter.
What in the hell? Far away laughter. Let's go.
Benedict is broken out into a cold sweat. He's just staring at the cigar.
It's just sitting there, just like just like a little wisp of smoke rising up from it.
I can't follow the sounds.
You can if you want to leave the apartment.
Sure. I'm gonna go a little bit out into the hallway.
It sounds like it's coming from up the stairs, back up toward the roof.
On the roof?
Benedict needs some air, and he kind of like he's a little overwhelmed, so he's going to push past everybody else. Like, oh, I need some air. This is too much.
Yeah.
He's going to head for the roof.
When you get to the door and you push open the door to the roof, and as you do, like, the cinematic version of this is Benji is still standing in the room. Benji walks out, also sees the cigar, and looks out the windows over New York as just the last tiny bits of the sun eke behind the horizon and blink out. And just in that same moment, Benedict pushes open the doors to the roof and is greeted not to a typical New York roof, but instead a beautifully appointed parlor. It's everything is.
It had to be nice.
Everything is rich mahogany, and you can hear the kind of, it almost seems like muffled music that seems to be coming through the door towards you. But I will give you the shadow of the doubt, or give you the. I will give you the. There's a word for it. I will give you. I will assume that you do not immediately step through into this new and odd space, and give you some agency in what your character does. And as you open the door, Hank, you hear the music. It's like old-timey, like '20s music that sounds like it's coming through like a, an old-school radio. Like kind of upbeat, kind of swing music.
Well, it had to be night for us to see this. Wow. Okay. Oh.
I was actually gonna suggest that. I was gonna suggest that, but I was like, no, that's too fucking stupid. Like, just wait for night. No.
Look, if anything, we've overestimated the complexity on this thing. Despite the storytelling and the narrative. Benedict gets out his radio because he doesn't really know what to do. It's like
the second you pull out your radio and put it up to your face to speak in it, that kind of swing 1920s jazz starts to come out of the speaker.
Whoa.
I guess I kind of look up at Benedict and see. I guess I can see that there's a different scenery out there, right?
Yes. You can see
said,
this
"Boys."
past Benedict, who's like standing there holding the door open.
Boys, I don't know what kind of jackpot we're in. Get your guns loaded. And I'm kind of ready my pistol a little bit as I go up to the door or the opening.
Benji's like,
What gun? I
thought I gave.
You do have a gun.
Damn it, Benji! I thought I
You
gave
have
you
a
a gun.
sidearm. You have a sidearm and a badge and that stuff.
I gave a kid outside the apartment.
Well, Hank
Benedict-
readies his
Yeah,
gun
okay.
and kind of walks out.
yeah, Benji
Benedict
gets his
readies
gun
his
out too.
gun with the black light. He's using the black light as a torch.
You'd probably have to plug in the black light.
Oh,
But so
looks
you
like
guys,
a handheld.
so you're gonna step through the threshold into this new place.
Hell yeah.
I guess so.
All right, you guys do. You step into this again. It's this beautiful smoking lounge. It's like a turn of the century. Like, you can imagine that if you were like if you're like a wealthy New York socialite in the 1920s, that this might be the kind of place where you'd hang out. There's a huge hearth that burns, like, not too bright, not too big, but just warm enough to get the place a real cozy feel. There's a wet bar over in the corner, and it looks to be, there's a table with it with bitters and liqueurs and, like a decanter of ice and everything. There's a huge, you see that there's like a in-glassed room with a small door that looks like it must be like a walk-in humidor full of cigars. You can see like shelves of elegant cigars. Everything around you is just dripping with elegance and comfort. One of the walls is a floor-to-ceiling bookcase, and it's so tall that it's got one of those rolling ladders that goes with it, and there are books of all sizes and all types, and there as you, and here's a really, and like, try not to meta this too much for me, guys. Does the door close? All right. What do we think?
Yes.
Do you shut the door behind you?
Benedict shuts the door. It's his,
There you go.
training.
I was about to say we could roll for it. Like, we let it go and see if it shuts on its own or it lingers open. But, yeah.
Now Benedict would shut it.
Okay, Benedict, you shut the door, and it's up in, and on the other side, it was like a metal roof access door with the push handle on it. This side, it's a big oak, beautiful door, and it shuts. And it's like one of those things, like you guys are all looking around. I guess, do you have your guns drawn? Like, you have your guns out?
I'd have it,
Yep.
holster unsnapped and
Like, hand on it. And as you do this, you hear... as the door shuts behind you. What do you do?
okay.
The fire is crackling away.
Benji's gonna try the door.
You you turn the knob and open the door, and you see a long hallway.
Oh my god.
The
Oh,
The
God.
staircase is gone. You are now looking down an elegant-looking series of hallways. You hear voices and more music down the way. You hear some people laughing and more music. The hallway is long. It is, you would go so far as to say, impossibly long before it hits like a T-junction and splits. Far in the distance, you see what looks like someone walk across the hallway. They're almost so far you can't even make them out. Everyone, please roll me your sanity checks as you
I'd
gaze
say
down.
there's ever a
And
roll
he's
for
like-
that.
Benji's like,
Well, boys, welcome to Wonderland.
Ooh, Benedict.
Oh, Benedict
That's a
fumble.
99.
99. So that's 60.
Benji got a
Hank.
success with a 29 under 49.
Same for Hank.
All right, then Hank succeeded. Yes, you both succeeded, but Benedict failed. Go ahead. Go ahead and Benedict, take. You are still only going to take 1 sanity damage. Actually, no, you're not going to take 1 sanity damage. What am I saying? You're going to take.
Oh, God.
You're going to take 1 d4 minus 1 with a minimum of 1. You're going to take. Okay, you're still going to take 1 damage. You lucky duck. This is unnatural damage, so you don't tick any boxes, but you are all shaken by this as you look back the way you came, and it is not there.
Vertigo.
Fellas, I don't know what I don't know what angle we should take with this. I don't feel quite safe going in guns a-blazing. We might have to play the part of whatever is going on in this joint.
As you guys are standing there with the door open, a figure comes around one of the corners. And the hallway is not just straight. It has other hallways that come off for it, and there's doors. It looks almost like, you would go so far as to say like a hotel. It kind of has that feel to it. A figure rounds the corner, directly heading your way. And as he's coming around, his head is lowered. He's wearing a hat. You can't see his face. He's got a lighter in his hand as he's click, 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 as he tries to light up a big, fat, stogie cigar in his mouth. And you see before you, if you'd please reference roll 20, you see this man in front of you. I've put him in the middle there. You see this man. He's and again, he's got his hair slicked to one side. His tie's like really oddly wide, like you've never seen a tie like that. And he's in this kind of brownish gray suit. He looks up. He's smoking. He's got this you can tell that his hair underneath his hat doesn't really fit the rest of him. It looks like he might be wearing a wig, even. He comes to the door and raises up and says, Oh, pardon me. I haven't seen you around here before. And he just kind of walks past you, takes his hat, and tosses it onto a hat rack with practiced execution, just boop, just right on the hat rack as he makes his way directly over to the wet bar. What do you say to this guy?
So Hank kind of puts holsters back up his weapon a little bit, eases up. Yes, I haven't having to run across you either. Can I ask what you're drinking?
I'm not sure what it's gonna be tonight. Let's see. I'm feeling like taking a little slow. It's gonna warm up. Maybe just a little of this 56 here on the rocks. Yeah, that sounds good. And he just picks up an old fancy bottle of brown liquor and just pours a little bit over the ice. He says, "Can I pour you one?"
Kind of make eye contact with Benedict and Benji. I was like, sure. Make it 2.
Man, after my own heart. He pours you a double. He hands it over to you. He says, and then holds out his hand. Rourke, Mark Rourke.
Okay, they call me Molasses. I clink his glass.
Molasses, huh? You must be, I just wrote his name for you. Looks like, sound of that accent you got, you sound like you're from a way below the old Mason-Dixon, if I'm not mistaken. How'd you end up in Yankland?
That is... business. A little bit of pleasure, you know how it is.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, trust me, I know all about mixing your business and your pleasure. He sits down on one of the big comfy chairs, and there's a bunch of them, and he reaches up to as he's going, he reaches up to one of these, one of the bookshelves, and just reaches and grabs a book, doesn't even seem to look at it, and flops down, kind of with it on the arm of the chair. What about, he's like, he says, hey, Slim, and he references, Benji. He says, why don't you grab some of those Cubans over there and, come on over here and have a seat with us. He motions to the big humidor where all the cigars are.
Yes, sir.
And he kind of slowly, he's just confused as hell right now, obviously. But yeah, he goes over and grabs the cigars and comes back over. What's the name of the book he's reading?
It doesn't look to have a title. It, in fact, looks to not have anything written on the front or the spine.
Okay.
I guess you come over and sit next to him.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of, it's all around the fire, it's these big comfy chairs. What about Benedict? This is definitely a luxurious place. Maybe this is what Benedict, typically his kind of preferred setting.
Yeah. So I like your style, but would you happen to have a cup of tea?
Well, well, actually, hold on just a second. Roll a sanity check.
Whoops. Fail. 76 over 59.
Okay. You say that, he's like, well, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not much of a tea drinker myself, but take a look over there at the wet bar. I might find something to your liking. I usually do. You look over there, and as you turn, you see, sitting right next to the wet bar, a kettle that is sitting on top of like a little warmer, and it has a few teacups sitting there beside it, and a little pile of tea bags on a nice, pretty little saucer on a silver platter.
Does it have chicken legs?
Say again?
Does it have chicken legs? Tea.
You know, it doesn't, but funnily enough,
Kettle.
as you look at it, well, Dace dropped out again. Darn internet demons. No, the teapot does not is not chicken shaped, but it does remind you remarkably of the sterling silver tea set that you saw in Abigail Wright's apartment.
I guess he'll go over and make himself some tea, because who knows what else he's gonna do, really.
Yeah. As you do, and you put the tea bag in, and it's like the aroma is like nothing you've ever smelled. And when you take that first sip, man, now that is a cup of tea. So what brings you boys in this evening? Like I said, I haven't you gonna be staying here a while?
I reckon as long as it takes.
Story of my life, brother. He says as he lights up one of those big cigars that Benji's brought him. I guess he already had a cigar. Either way, takes a drag on a cigar.
He lights up too.
Lights up 3.
Oh.
He opens up
Well,
he opens up the book. He like crosses his legs and leans back. He puts the book on his lap and opens it up. He's like, He just like kind of glances down as you guys are talking. He's like flipping the pages as he goes.
Okay. Well, Marco, what's there to do around here? As you suspected, we're fairly new. Is there anyone we should talk to in particular? Who's the man or woman of the house?
Oh, you mean, I suppose, you're looking for the management or something? Is this what you're talking about?
Sure.
I suppose that'd be, old Castaigne down there.
Oh, is he available at the moment?
I suppose so. Not sure if, he doesn't come around, he doesn't come down to the parlor very often. Bit of old stick in the mud, you know.
All right. I'm kind of looking for someone, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
Was there a girl named Abigail that's come through here? Have you ever met her?
He says as he takes the wood. He's like, yeah, Abby. It's what she like to be called. Yeah, you friends of hers?
Oh. Well, it's sort of complicated. Acquaintances, I suppose.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Gail. Gail is what she likes us just to call her. A little more mature of a name, I think. Yeah, sweet kid.
Gail.
Sweet kid.
Is she here at the moment? Have you seen her today?
He takes a sip of that whiskey he poured himself. He's like, I think she's up on 6. You know, with that weirdo. You know.
The weirdo.
Yeah.
Who might that be?
Yeah. He's a White Shoes McGee. You know, the salesman
White
guy.
Shoes.
You know. The guy who thinks he's too good for us. He would never come down and just have a fucking chat with you. You know what I'm saying?
What's their favorite drink?
Oh, Gail? Oh, Gail's a sucker for an old fashioned. Boyfriend beats me.
Say that one more time. An old fashioned.
I mean, she's a sucker for an old fashioned. I don't know about her boyfriend. Like I said, he's I guess he's too good to come down here and hang out with old Mark.
I understand. It was good to meet you, Mark. Hank's gotta find the girl. I think he thinks that's his highest priority.
Okay,
right
yeah,
now.
that's fair.
I kind of make eye contact with everyone else, to kind of should we go straight to Abigail or what?
I mean, it doesn't seem
I
like
think
this
that
guy
makes
is. Oh, I think we lost Stace again. It doesn't seem like this. If you guys wanted to step aside and have there's plenty of room in this parlor, and there are other chairs on the other side. If you want to kind of go there and have a confab, he seems to be comfortable in his chair and looking over his book and drinking his whiskey.
Yeah. I guess I would hint at that. I'd say, fellas, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know where we are, but if Abigail's here, we have to find her.
Agreed. Or we just need to get out. Abigail or not.
Well, now, we tried the door we came in, and I don't know where else we could go.
But did anybody see a fire alarm?
You haven't seen a fire alarm since you entered this side.
Okay.
Benji, what do you think? I think it's got some lag on his end.
Well, my internet's being fucking atrocious right now. Did you say something to me?
We know that Abigail is on the 6th floor with the salesman in white shoes. I recommend we go straight to her and rescue her from whatever is going on in this place.
Yep. And
All right. We're going to try to go to the 6th floor, I suppose.
So you guys are going to exit the smoking lounge?
Yep.
Yes, with an old fashioned.
Yeah.
All right. Well, he is with an old fashioned in hand. Mark Rourke, as you guys get, goes. He says, "Hey, are you guys heading up to try to find Gail?"
That is correct, sir.
Oh, well, I mean, good luck. And he just kind of raises his glass to you.
6th floor, right?
I mean, yeah, but I mean, don't you want to hang out here a little longer? I mean, once you go to the 6th floor.
Mark, you remember that business we talked about? That is underway as we speak, and I must attend it. Good day to you.
All right. Best of luck to you, gents. Hey, take some finger sandwiches on your way out. They're really good.
Sure. Hank picks up some.
There's little finger sandwiches and they're delicious. All right.
We're gonna try to find the stairs, I guess, or something.
All right, so that's what you want to find. You want to find stairs up, is what you're looking for.
Yep.
Okay. As you get out into the hallway, like I said, it's just a long hallway, and there's like a four-way intersection in front of you. If you guys want to move around, when you guys get out into the hallways, things seem a little odd. Things are, like, even as you're walking down the hallway toward the first intersection, which is where you want to head, it's almost like, it's like walking in a dream, somewhat. Like, it feels like you're trying to move forward, and sometimes you feel like you move way further than you should have with that step, and sometimes you feel like you haven't really moved at all. So, I need... Who's leading the way? Would you say? It kind of sounds like Hank is.
Like Hank is.
I guess so.
Go ahead and make me a sanity roll.
Okay. Just walking down the hallway. Okay, let's see. Failure, 84 over 60.
One moment. Okay, so let us roll. Whoops. I'm gonna just roll a quick dice here, don't mind me. Just doing my thing. Okay, that's nice and easy. Alright. So, what do we have here? Oh, okay. You guys are walking down, and as you go, you're walking down the hallways, and you take, like, it seems like it takes you an abnormally long time to just get to the intersection. And as you do, right before you get to the intersection, Hank, you're walking, and the other two are kind of in tow, a small red ball rolls around the corner out into the hallway and stops right in the middle. And as it does, a large dog comes out, and it's like this long-haired kind of mastiff. It jumps out excitedly and grabs a hold of the ball, and it looks up at you with its big, pretty dog eyes, and it's just wagging his tail and looking at you with the ball in its mouth, and it drops the ball and looks at you again.
I turn to everyone else and say, I think we found the dog. The piss is everywhere.
It's just standing there and looking at you and kind of wagging its tail.
I'm not a dog person.
Hank doesn't interact with it.
Benji throws it a finger sandwich.
You do, and it like as you like you literally like go and like just throw it up in the air.
Yeah.
It snaps up the sandwich, and instantly is like it's coming. It like comes over to you, and it sniffs around your shoes and up your body, and sits down right on your feet, and just looks up at you with his big open, like his tongue lolling out to the side. As he looks up at you and just smiles, his big toothy dog grin. It's a fairly large dog. You think if it wasn't so friendly that it might be kind of intimidating.
Oh, hey, buddy, what's your name?
It'll pet him on the head.
You see that it has a collar.
Yeah, Benji looks at it. What's the collar say?
The collar, it has, it's not so much of a collar like you would think of like a modern collar. It seems to be like a braided rope that is like tied into itself, and it has looks like a small, very lovingly made, like handcrafted looking round piece of metal, and it says Abraham on it.
Okay.
And that's it. It's looking up at you. It's looking up into your eyes, and the second that you, and now it seems to be following you, and it seems to be following specifically Benji.
Benji holds the dog's head in his hands and looks at it and he's like,
You are mine now. You belong to me,
It seems
Abraham.
it seems totally happy with that.
and Benji will pick up the ball and continue on their way.
All right. Go ahead and make me a sanity roll, Benji.
For petting a dog, this
That's
is
not what it's for. Don't you sass me.
Your power's gone to your head, Box. Alright, sanity, here we go. Success, 28 under 49.
All right. You see a. Actually, let me do this again, real quick. So, Benji, you are the. Okay, all the way at the end. Okay. You, Benji, you kind of like with the dog seems to kind of be like it kind of runs down the hallway a little bit and looks back at you. And it kind of seems like it wants you to follow it, right? You, Benji, being the one it seems to be kind of attached to now, you follow it a little ways, and remember, as you go, you continuously hear, like, you pass doors sometimes, and it sounds like there might be like people laughing or doing something on the other side. Every now and then you hear far off sounds of music, and everything is, like you said, in this like 1920s, like early turn of the century kind of style. It seems grandiose and nice. You get to this, you get down the ways a little bit, and the dog stops at a door, and it kind of scratches at the door a little bit.
Well, what do you think, fellas? Should we open the door?
In for a penny.
I reckon we had.
Alright, Benji opens the door.
You open the door, and you see what appears to be a closet. Hanging from the rod is a dried bouquet of roses. Sitting above it is a small kind of box of what looks like used to be some type of toffee. There is a large, very familiar looking mirror stuffed into the closet. And there is a pile of graphic and disturbing images that have been hand sketched laying on the floor. There is no Jeremy, though.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
But there is something on the back wall. There is something stuck to the wall with a thumbtack. It appears to be a piece of paper, and it's facing the other way, like there's something on the back side of it.
Benji yanks it off the wall and crumples it up, throws it over his shoulder, and keeps on walking.
Without looking at it.
What does it say?
Are you looking at it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Benji's looking at it.
Well, that's the thing, my good friend. It doesn't necessarily say anything. But it does bear this image.
Oh, no.
That doesn't look like a Tartesian rune, does it?
Yeah, it doesn't.
Maybe a little bit. But as you look at this, I need you to roll me a sanity check, please. As something, as you turn it over, it seems to shake, like, your consciousness as you see it.
There's another success for Benji of 19 under 49.
Success. You.
Hey guys, look at this.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Please, the other two of you, please roll me a sanity check.
Oh, are you serious?
Yep.
What the
Failed. 69 over 59.
Whoa.
Oh, good lord.
What you got there, Benji?
All right.
This paper makes
Success.
my eyes
Success.
hurt. Look at it.
All right, you show it to Hank and Benedict. Hank, you see it, and it seems to trouble you. You don't really like looking at it necessarily, but you kind of push it off, and it just seems like this weird thing. Jeez, Benedict, please take 4 sanity damage. And Benedict,
I'm going
my
to...
Benedict, you feel deep within you. You hear something at the edge of your consciousness. You hear a whisper. It sounds like it's just over your shoulder. Have you seen it? Have you seen it? Have you seen it? Have you seen it? Have you seen it?
I deflect that.
You can deflect it, if you would so choose.
I think I shall so choose.
So I have to remind myself now how Delta Green sanity deflection works. I believe.
Okay,
you
maybe
roll a power.
Joe, I think I might just say that for next time. I'm losing Steve.
Okay.
So maybe I'll deflect on the next one.
Yep.
I'll not just take it for now.
You know what I'll say? I'll say just go ahead and if you want, just go ahead and just remove 4 points from your bond with Jeremy.
I think I'll. Yeah,
I think your relationship with Jeremy has degraded. We'll just say
a little
this is
shred.
that. So just remove 4 points from that bond with Jeremy, and I think
He just didn't deliver the mail.
if he'd have just delivered the damn
He
mail,
didn't deliver the mail.
and I think that is a great place to stop, as you guys have now witnessed this.
The parlor.
So, that is, yeah, so that's a good place to stop so we can let Jean get on. That damn South African time zone, that's, is running out of steam here on Saturday. But,
Right. Goddamn, that was fun.
yeah, gentlemen,
That was.
thank you so much for joining me on this wild quest into the weirdness. You guys have stepped now. I think
We made it out. We made it out.
you made it out of the apartment, but what you made it into, who knows?
It's the upside down. We're finally going somewhere.
But thank you, everyone listening. If you are listening, please stop by the subreddit r/Greenbox Gaming. There's a thread there. Let us know who's listening, and let us know where you're listening from. We'd love to hear from you. And join us again, hopefully, in a week's time. We'll be able to get back together. This holiday season is a little complicated with scheduling, so bear with us. But yeah, it was great playing with you guys, and I'm glad things are getting a little more supernatural. And
Yeah. Thanks for GMing.
yeah, man.
Yeah, man, this was great.
All right, guys. But thank you guys for joining us, and we will see you next week.